A lot of people feel that they really don't need mathematics as an important part of their life. But the truth is that mathematics is all around us, and we use mathematics all the time to measure everything. From manufacturing, think of all the times you've ordered something online that needs to be processed, shipped, packaged, and sent to your home through transportation. All of these things require algebraic expressions to evaluate and understand how we're going to receive those things. That means that we need to have an understanding of all of these parts of mathematics so that we can better measure and know what's going on around us. We have all of these vocabulary words, and let's take a look at how they work together and what they mean. The first term we're going to look at is called an expression. It's a mathematical phrase that contains operations, numbers, and or variables. The first kind of expression we're going to learn about is called a numeric expression. It's the ones that only contain numbers and operations. For example, something like 5 plus 3. While an algebraic expression contains at least one variable, for example, 5x plus 3. So let's talk about variables. They represent some unknown number that we haven't discovered yet. That's really what makes the difference between algebra and other forms of mathematics. Algebra deals with unknown variables. Next, let's look at the different parts of an expression. A term is a part of an expression that is added. The coefficient, this is a new word for many of you. The coefficient of a term is the numerical factor of a term. All that really means is the number in front of any variable that's being multiplied to that variable. Any numerical term in an algebraic expression is referred to as a constant. So this would be any part of an expression that does not have a variable attached to it. Now that we've seen some of these definitions, let's move ahead and take a look at some examples. So our first algebraic expression here is 2x squared minus 16x plus 32. Let's break that apart and list the terms and circle any constant terms. This expression has 1, 2, 3 terms. So each of these terms we're going to list separately. So here's the 3 terms, each on their own. 2x squared is our first term. Notice I put a comma to separate, minus 16x. Notice it's no longer really a minus. I should say negative 16x. Whenever you have subtraction in an expression, when you break apart the term, that now becomes a negative symbol. Any subtraction symbol attaches itself to the term as a negative sign. So what that really means is in mathematics, a negative and a subtraction symbol are really kind of the same thing. Just remember that addition or subtraction is what separates each term. The last term is the 32. This 32 is a standalone with no variable. So we will circle it because it is a constant term. The coefficients are any number attached to a variable. So the first one here is this 2 is attached to the x squared. So this would be 2 times, it's attached with multiplication, x squared. This negative 16 is attached to the x. That makes it a coefficient. So when it says name the coefficients, that's what we're going to list. So in the next box, 2 and negative 16 are the coefficients. Let's do the next one together. Even though we have two different variables, an x and a y. We still have two terms. Let's write those out. You can see our two terms are 7x and 8y. The coefficients are 7 and 8. This particular expression has no constant terms. Both of our terms are attached to variables, so we're not going to circle anything this time. In this final example, all of the same rules apply, but you might think that this expression is written a little out of order. Our terms here are 8, negative 2a, and 3a cubed. We say cubed whenever you have a 3 as an exponent. The constant term here is the 8. It has not attached to any variable. And finally, our coefficients are any number in front of the variable. So we have a negative 2 and a 3.